The story that most of us learned very early on, the story of the Trojan Horse. In a city fortified by walls, years of direct confrontation, no amount of force could break through. What's often missed is this: the problem wasn't a lack of strength. It was that force had reached its limit. In the story, eventually something else happens. It's not a stronger attack. It's not a louder strategy. The Trojan horse enters quietly, almost unremarkably. Over time, we've come to tell this story as one about deception, but I believe that interpretation actually flattens it. What matters is that force stopped working, and perceptual intelligence had to arrive another way. We are living inside that pattern right now. The systems we're part of, organizations, institutions, cultures, even our own families, ourselves, may not be meaningfully changed by pressure or force alone. In fact, we know that pressure often strengthens our own defenses. You may feel this personally. Right now, in the fog, pushing harder isn't bringing more clarity. Escalation is creating resistance, and certainty is shutting down our ability to listen. From a systems perspective, this makes complete sense. Complex systems resist threat. They stabilize against anything that feels like control. But they do change when something new is introduced from within. That's when perception shifts, when relationships reorganize, and when our collective meaning changes. This may sound very philosophical, and it's observable. It's why so many people feel disoriented right now, especially those who don't fit with old leadership models. If you've spent your life actually living in between worlds, between logic and intuition, structure and sensing, strategy and meaning, you may have heard before that your way of knowing was impractical, too subtle, or hard to explain. But it is your time. Subtlety is not weakness. Subtlety is how real change enters. The Trojan horse story isn't about manipulation. It's about internal presence that cannot be rejected because it doesn't announce itself as opposition. It isn't trying to overthrow a system. It simply goes in and inhabits it differently. Those who have learned to dwell between worlds are not here to combat what exists. They are here, we are here, to occupy a different reality from within, bringing a new quality of attention, a subtle pace, and a different coherence. If that has been your experience, you're not late. You're early, and in many ways, you're already inside the walls. I want to close with a simple gaze practice to anchor this message somatically. Allow your eyes to soften and move slightly upward just above the horizon line. No strain. Let the neck be relaxed. The upward gaze supports perception and pattern recognition. Stay here for about a minute. Breathe naturally. Notice what shifts when you stop pushing for change and allow yourself to perceive from a wider view. This series is about learning to perceive what may have been hidden in plain sight. And we'll continue this conversation together next time.